Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Phoenix 1987-20 here to bring you my review of LA Noire. For the story is very interesting and it piqued my interest from day one. You play a cop in the 1940 era in Hollywood. That time period, Hollywood was corrupted so badly it wasn't funny. You didn't know who the good guys were or who the bad guys were because of how corrupt Hollywood was. You have your gangsters that owned some of the police. So who could you trust? You play a detective from the get-go. You play this character right here from the get-go. You start off as a detective and you work your way up the chain. The story of this game takes a lot of twists and turns, so it's very interesting. Um, to eventually, that when you get to the top, you get flushed down to the bottom and set up by your own teammates, your own detectives, because they're on the corrupt list and you're investigating too close to a story that they don't want the public to know about. As you progress through the game and you see all these twists and turns, your guy gets set up and you have to find and fight your way out of being the setup. Um, the game sticks perfectly to that era. The dialogue for the game is spot on to the 1940s and how they spoke and how they treated each other. Um, your significant other ends up turning on you because she thinks that you're being a crook. Um, your characters have affairs with other people, which is funny and interesting that they did that because that sticks to the 1940s where males had not only their wives but a side chick, especially down in Hollywood. Um, so it's a very interesting story with a lot of twists. When I picked this game up, I could not put this game down or put another game in until this was complete. Um, Game roughly takes about 30 to 40 hours to beat, but it all depends on the gamer himself because there's lots to do in this game. Um, Lots to do. Not gonna lie, there is tons to do and tons of cutscenes that help tell the story perfectly, at least in my opinion. Um, On to next, I'm going to talk about the graphics. The graphics for the game, for me, seem pretty darn good. Could they got more realistic? They could, but would it tell the story any different? Probably not. Um, you can see like what you need to see. You can see like textures on the walls and cracks in the concrete and the flooring and all that stuff. You can see how this game is. So I don't think graphically this is a bad graphic game. I think this is pretty good. Um, and I'm not going to complain because I'm more driven by a story where other people will be driven by the graphics. Each their own when it comes to games. Um, I really enjoyed the graphics in this game and how it unfolded and how accurately they were, not only with the story but with the graphics, the settings, and how everything was. Like they did the research for this game and how buildings were built, how graphically everything was, and how everything interact with each other. So for me, the graphics are spot on. I'm a story driven guy. For you, the graphics may be way off because you're a graphic guy and not a story driven guy. But like I said, each their own. Controls for this game are very easy, very simple to grasp right away. Um, so wasn't no complaint of that at all. When you need to do your stuff, when you need to press your buttons, it's right there and easy. Your camera moves smoothly to the way you want to make it move. So if you want to be down like this a little bit, you can see more of the ground in the closer areas, or you can tilt this up so you get more of a horizontal camera. So nothing really too much on the graphics. It's not too complicated. You can walk in this game. You can drive your police vehicle, or you can steal somebody's vehicle that you need for that time. You hit walls and hit stuff, you will do damage to your vehicles. You shoot the wrong person, you will get an end game and go back to your last save point. And that's if you shoot a civilian or innocent person.
Hey Cole, let's get moving. Advice?
Now, for the music, I felt the music was spot on for the 1940s. It's nice and low, and it's has its very intense moments. Depending on if you're just doing a route and you're not really in a high intense place where you're searching for evidence, the music is more your popular 1940s. You go into some buildings, you will get what the buildings have. You go to a nightclub, you're gonna get your 1940 jazz music and nice good music. But when you're in an intense moment, you'll feel the music creep up there and get you into the spot you need to get. And like I'm doing the cutscene right here.
Put them up against the wall.
The voice acting for this game is pretty darn good, and like I said, it's really spot on for this era and how they talk to each other, how they talk to other people, how they just talk. It was spot on for the 1940s. The only thing I can really compare it to is the movies that were made at that time period, that Hollywood did at that time period. I wasn't around in 1940, so I don't know exactly how they talk to each other, but I can reflect onto the movies that were done in that time period, how they portrayed movies and characters and speech at that time period. So it's really nice. It's a really good game. Like I said, it got my interest right away. Finding stuff is all fun and games. And you can see what they have there. Let's see if I can get in this car for you. And this is what I mean by driving. Oops. I just hit the bumper on my Ford here, and I'm doing some damage to my car. Because I end up messing up here, I did that on purpose. It will show me that case failed, crime scene contaminated, and I'll go back and will take me back to my last save point or cutscene that it automatically saves to.
Going through the motions. Probably right.
It's a really good game. The game itself was rated M for mature. So that means 18 plus.
And we'll talk it out.
Depending on your kid, I would recommend 14, 15. This is 2020, so you could recommend this to, depending on the parent, to a younger demographic, 10, 11. If they have cable, they're gonna hear and understand what's going on. So I recommend, like I said, 15, 16. The game itself recommends 18 and older. You can be the judge on that. You can be yay or nay if you want your child to play this game. For young adults that want to get a game that's more mature, this is a game for more mature if you like these type of games. Like, it's done by Rockstar, the company that does Grand Theft Auto, so you'll know what I'm talking about and how those games are. Overall, I would rate this game an 8.2 out of 10. Again, this is my review and how I would rate the game. So 8.2 out of 10 is what I'm giving it. It's a solid game overall. I really enjoy it, and I think other people would really enjoy this as well. So it's all up to you, the gamer itself, if this is a game that you want to play, or if this is one of the ones that you're going to skip over. So you can pick this up on the Nintendo eShop, or you can go to your local retailers, GameStop, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, EB Games, The Source, Future Shop, and wherever you can purchase your local games at your local retailer. So that's all I have really much to say. So until next time, I hope you like this video, share it with all your friends, smash that notification button, smash that subscribe button, and drop me a comment below, good or bad. I love to hear what you guys have to say and what you guys enjoy to say. I do try to respond to you guys as soon as I can. So for now, y'all have a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. This is Phoenix 198720 telling you guys I'm out. So peace.